Hi dear students, how are you? Welcome to our channel Mr. Chemistry, and in this session we are going to learn most important question and answers from biomolecules. Okay, and we will discuss top 10 questions. Top 10 questions in the sense more possibilities are there from these question and answers. Okay, for board exam 2020-21. Let us start with first question. First one is, write the product formed on reaction of D-glucose with bromine water. D-glucose with bromine water. What is the formula of D-glucose? CHO, CHOH. How many times? 4 times. 4 times CH2OH. What is this? D-glucose. See here, D-glucose on treatment with bromine water. Bromine water. Here bromine water acts as a strong oxidizing agent. And see here, in presence of bromine water, oxidation process takes place. Oxidation process takes place because bromine water is oxidizing agent here. As a result, COOH and remaining thing as it is CHOH 4 times, CH2OH. See here, what is this? This is nothing but gluconic acid. Gluconic acid. D-glucose converts to gluconic acid in presence of bromine water, which acts as oxidizing agent. The process taking place here, it is oxidation process. And here one important point, here bromine water proves that the presence of carbonyl group in this D-glucose is aldehyde group. Okay, and on oxidation process that aldehyde group changes to carboxylic acid group, and D-glucose converted to gluconic acid. Important reaction, please note down, and we will move to next one. Second one is, what is a glycosidic linkage? What is a glycosidic linkage? See here, glycosidic linkage is nothing but the bond formed between two monomers. The bond formed between two monomers by losing one water molecule is called glycosidic linkage. And see here, if we are taking two molecules of alpha D-glucose, I am taking two molecules of alpha D-glucose, and see here, HOH, OHH, HOH, CH2OH. See here, this is alpha D-glucose. If two molecules of alpha D-glucose are taken side by side, I am writing one more molecule here. HOH, OHH, HOH, HCH2OH. See here, this is first carbon. Okay, this is first carbon, and here also this is first carbon. 1, 2, 3, 4, fourth carbon. See here, the bond formed between first carbon of one alpha D-glucose and fourth carbon of another alpha D-glucose. Okay, see here, OH of C1 and hydrogen of C4, it is eliminated in the form of water molecule. Eliminated in the form of water molecule. Water molecule is removed. I am writing minus H2O. And see here, and remaining oxygen is here. Now a bond will develop here. The bond is between two carbons, C1 and C4, is bonded with one oxygen. And see here, this bond is called glycosidic linkage. Glycosidic linkage between two alpha D glucose molecules. This is called glycosidic linkage. Glycosidic linkage. Once again, glycosidic linkage is the bond formed between two monomers by losing water molecule. By losing water molecule is called glycosidic linkage. And see here, please note down this one, and we will check what will happen when glucose joins with fructose. Okay, please note down this one. We will continue. Now I am taking beta fructose. Beta fructose to join with alpha glucose, fructose. Okay, glucose, alpha D glucose is there. Here we erase this one, no, OH. OH is there here. And if you take beta D fructose, here HCH2 OH, OH, H, HOH, OH, CH2OH. See here this is a second carbon, C2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and see here, now the glycosidic linkage will develop between C1 and C2 when glucose and fructose join together. And see here, water molecule is removed from this one. I am writing here minus H2O. And then what will happen? The bond will develop between these two things, and I will write the glycosidic linkage. Please observe this one, and you have to practice the structures of glucose, alpha glucose and beta fructose, all these things. These are very important and common things in this biomolecule lesson. I am removing water molecule. And see here, what will happen? There is a bond between two monomers with oxygen. Okay, this linkage is called glycosidic linkage. What is glycosidic linkage? Glycosidic linkage is the bond formed between two monomers by losing water molecule. This is important. Okay, please note down this one, and we will continue with the third one. Okay, third one is, write the structure of product obtained when glucose is oxidized with concentrated nitric acid. See here, what is the glucose molecule here? CHO, CHOH 4 times, CH2OH. Okay, this is glucose molecule. In first question also we already discussed this structure. See here, glucose molecule, when it is treated with concentrated nitric acid, HNO3, what will happen? See here, oxidation takes place, and as a result here we will get COOH, CHOH 4 times, no change in this one, and here it will oxidize, COOH. And see here, as a result here we will get Desaccharide acid, this is also called deglucaric acid. Glucaric acid, both are same. Okay, desaccharide acid, deglucaric acid. Once again check it. In presence of concentrated nitric acid, glucose molecule undergoes oxidation. It undergoes oxidation, and as a result we will get desaccharide acid. And see here, once you recall that one, first one, in presence of bromine water, only this carbonyl part of aldehyde oxidizes and it gives gluconic acid. But in presence of concentrated nitric acid, it gives desaccharide acid or deglucaric acid. Please note down this one and we will move to next one. Fourth one is, give one example each for fibrous protein and globular protein. Fibrous protein, globular protein. Biology students knows very well about fibrous and globular structures. See here, fibrous structures, the structures are like fibers. Okay, these are like fibers. In case of globular protein, they are coiling around each other. Okay, and they form globular structures. See here, example for fibrous protein, keratin. Keratin is one example, best example, which is present in our hair. Okay, keratin, collagen, myosin. These are best examples for fibrous proteins. I will write here fibrous protein. And in case of globular protein, they have globular structures. And example for this globular protein, you can take hemoglobin, and insulin. Okay, insulin and hemoglobin are globular proteins, and these are globular structures. In case of fibrous protein, they are fibrous like structures, keratin, collagen, myosin. These are examples for fibrous, and hemoglobin and insulin are examples for globular proteins. Okay, please note down. They are asking one, but better to learn 2, 3. If you forgot any one, you can write another one. Okay, please. Fifth one is very simple and important. Okay, see here, what is the difference between nucleoside and nucleotide? Nucleoside, small difference is there. Nucleoside has only base and sugar. Nucleoside has only base and sugar. And in case of nucleotide, in addition to these two things, phosphate is also present. Nucleotide has base plus sugar plus phosphate. Okay, it is nothing but nucleoside plus phosphate. Please check this one. Nucleoside has only base and sugar, whereas nucleotide has base and sugar and also phosphate. It's nothing but nucleoside plus phosphate is equal to nucleotide. Please note down this one, important difference between these two things. One is, write down the structures and names of the products formed when D-glucose is treated with hydroxylamine and acetic anhydride. What is the formula of hydroxylamine? Hydroxylamine, name itself, see here, hydroxyl group, and it has amine group NH2. Okay, OH-NH2, and acetic anhydride, you know very well about this one, CH3 C double bond O, single bond O, C double bond O, CH3. See here, now we are going to treat D-glucose with hydroxylamine and acetic anhydride. And first we will see this one with hydroxylamine. Take glucose molecule. What is the formula? CHO, CHOH 4 times CH2OH. See here, on treatment with hydroxylamine, OH NH2. Okay, and see here I am going to extend this one, C double bond O, single bond H. Reason to write like this: here the oxygen of glucose molecule, I mean especially the aldehyde group of glucose molecule, and hydrogen of hydroxylamine group is eliminated in the form of water, H2O. It is eliminated in the form of water, and remaining part of hydroxylamine will get attached to this one as it is. It has a CH, and the remaining part is nitrogen, and OH part is there, and CHOH 4 times CH2OH. And they are asking structure is okay, and they are asking name, and name of this one is oxime. Oxime is obtained when glucose molecule is treated with hydroxylamine, and oxygen of aldehyde group of glucose molecule and hydrogen of hydroxylamine is eliminated in the form of water molecule, and as a result we will get oxime from glucose molecule. Please note down this one. No need to rub this one because we will use this one for next reaction. See here, now we are going to treat this one with acetic anhydride. See here I will write it as it is, okay, because here oxygen is not going to play a role here. I will write like this. Acetic anhydride in presence of I am not writing it again here. Please think it is there on the arrow mark, okay. And see here, this part CH3C double bond O is replaces the hydrogens present here 4 and this one. Total 5 hydrogens are replaced with CH3C double bond O, and whatever the hydrogens removed in these places, 4 plus 1 5, will join with this one, and it will form ethanoic acid. Let us see this one. CHO, and hydrogens are replaced with acetic anhydride part 4 times, and here also CH2O, and hydrogen is replaced with CH3CO. And see here, and in addition to this one we will take here 5 molecules of acetic anhydride, then only we will get this one, and in addition to this one we will get 5 molecules of CH3COOH, okay, CH3COO 5 hydrogens, okay, plus 5 CH3COOH. Please note down the structure, and name of the compound is glucose pentacetate. This is glucose pentacetate. glucose pentaacetate. Glucose pentaacetate is obtained when glucose is treated with acetic anhydride. Five molecules of acetic anhydride. Please don't forget to write this one on the arrow mark. And for your understanding, I am writing like this. Yeah, please note down this one and we will move to next one. Okay. Glucose pentaacetate is what is essentially the difference between alpha form and beta form of glucose? Alpha form, beta form of the glucose. We will check this one. I will write the structure of alpha form first. See here, HOH, HOH, OHH, HOH, CH2OH. See here, this is alpha form of glucose. We already discussed in previous questions. Okay, alpha glucose. Let us check the difference. First I will write as it is, then you will understand easily. I will leave this one. I will write remaining part. See here, two large groups are present on same side, alpha glucose. Here they are present in opposite side at C1 position. Okay, the major difference is at C1 position, C1, C2 position, two large groups are present on same side. At C1, C2 position, two large groups are present in opposite side. That is the major difference. Okay, that is the difference, essentially difference between alpha form and beta form. You write both the structures as it is, but you please take care of first position, that one C1 position. Then everything is same, only one difference is there. Please note down this one and we will continue with the next one. Once you check 8th one, write the structural and functional difference between DNA and RNA. DNA, RNA. What is DNA? Deoxyribonucleic acid. RNA, ribonucleic acid. See here, I will write these two things separately. DNA, RNA. What is the full form? Deoxyribose nucleic acid. Deoxyribonucleic acid. Okay, DNA, deoxyribonucleic acid. Ribonucleic acid, RNA. The sugar present in deoxyribonucleic acid is deoxyribose sugar. Deoxyribose sugar. Okay, I am writing differences. And in case of ribonucleic acid, the sugar present is ribose sugar. Ribose sugar. They are asking structural and functional differences. Structural and functional difference. Okay, I will write the structure of these two things. See here, OH, HOH, HOH, HCH2OH. And observe carefully and tell me the difference. You observed any difference between these two things? See here, in case of deoxyribose, oxygen is missing at second carbon, second position. Here oxygen is there, here not there. Remaining structure as it is. Remaining structure as it is. It is C1, it is C2, C1, C2. See here at second position, oxygen is not there. Oxygen is removed. Deoxyribose sugar. It is a ribose sugar without one oxygen molecule. That's why the name deoxyribose sugar. Okay, and this is ribose sugar. Very, very important point. Oxygen is missing at second position in deoxyribose sugar. Oxygen is absent, or you can say missing, anything will be fine. Oxygen is absent at second position. At second position in deoxyribose sugar. In deoxyribose sugar. Very, very important point. And here oxygen is present at second position. Oxygen is present at second position. That is a major difference. And one more difference is, see here, deoxyribose is a double helical structure. Double helical structure. Double helical structure in the sense, see here, this is one, two strands are there. Two strands in opposite direction, they spiral with each other and they form double helical structure. But in case of RNA, only single strand is present. Only single strand. There is no double helical structure in case of RNA. Once again, check the differences between these two things. DNA, what is the full form of DNA? Deoxyribonucleic acid. RNA, ribonucleic acid. And DNA is made of deoxyribose sugar and RNA ribose sugar. I am talking about differences, okay? And deoxyribose sugar, oxygen is absent at second position in deoxyribose sugar, and you observe this one. And ribose sugar, oxygen is present at second position. The major difference in its structure of sugars present in those two things. And one more difference is, DNA is a double helical structure. Two strands are present, two strands in opposite direction. They spiral with each other and they form one double helical structure. In case of ribonucleic acid, only one strand is present. There is no double helical structures, only single strand is present. Okay, please note down this one and we will move to next one. Ninth one is, once you check ninth one, name the three major classes of carbohydrates and give an example of each of these classes. They are asking how many major classes of carbohydrates are there, and they are asking examples for these things. And see here, let us check. Carbohydrates majorly classified into three categories. Carbohydrates. What are they? I given clue. Monosaccharides. Okay, and second one is oligosaccharides. and third one is polysaccharides. Polysaccharides. See here, what is the differences between these things? Monosaccharides are simplest forms of carbohydrates. They are not undergoing further hydrolysis. Okay, already they are simplest forms. Example for monosaccharides: glucose, fructose. Glucose and fructose are examples for monosaccharides, the simplest forms of carbohydrates. And in case of oligosaccharides, they undergo hydrolysis and they give monosaccharides 2 to 10 monomers. Okay, oligosaccharides on hydrolysis gives 2 to 10 monomers. Monomers in the sense single units, nothing but monosaccharides. Oligosaccharides on hydrolysis gives 2 to 10 monosaccharides. And see here, come to polysaccharides. On hydrolysis it gives more than 10 monosaccharides. It gives more than 10 monosaccharides. Okay, and examples for oligosaccharides, you can take maltose, sucrose, lactose. These are different things. Maltose is present in barley, sucrose is present in cane sugar, lactose milk sugar. Okay, and see here, they give 2 to 10 monosaccharides on hydrolysis. And comes to polysaccharides, they give more than 10 monosaccharides on hydrolysis. Example for these things, example for polysaccharides: starch, cellulose. Starch and cellulose are best examples for polysaccharides. They give more than 10 monosaccharides on hydrolysis. These three are major classes of carbohydrates. Okay, and examples. Please note down this one, and we will continue with the last one, that is the 10th one. Okay, and 10th one, once you check 10th one, what are essential and non-essential amino acids? Give one example of each type. Essential, non-essential. Okay, essential in the sense compulsory we need those things. Non-essential, even though we are not taking, no problem. Okay, and see here, essential, non-essential amino acids, if you are writing, I will write like this in the form of a table for easy understanding. Essential amino acids, non-essential amino acids. I am writing only essential, non-essential. Okay, it is nothing but amino acids. Okay, essential amino acids in the sense compulsory we have to take in our diet. Reason, these are not synthesized in our body. Essential amino acids, these amino acids are not synthesized in our body, in our body. As these are not synthesized in our body, compulsory we have to take in our diet. And in case of non-essential amino acids, these are synthesized in our body. These are synthesized in our body. Okay, And what are the essential and non-essential amino acids? Okay, give one example each. Give example for essential, non-essential amino acids. Bio students, you already studied biomolecules in your biology, and we will write examples. Example, see here: leucine, isoleucine, lysine, and comes to non-essential, can write alanine, glutamic acid, and cysteine, glycine, proline, and you can take serine also, serine. Okay, once you check these things, essential amino acids are amino acids which are not synthesized in our body. Example, leucine, isoleucine, lysine. You can take valine also, valine. And non-essential amino acids, these are amino acids synthesized in our body. That's why it is non-essential. And example for these things: alanine, glutamic acid, cysteine, glycine, proline, serine. These are all examples. See here, still few more are there. Okay, you learn these things. These are enough to write board exam. Okay, please note down this one, and we will move to next one. One more question is there: what type of linkage is present? Okay, is responsible for formation of proteins. See here, what are proteins? Proteins are nothing but polymers of amino acids. First I will write the structure of amino acid, single unit, amino acid. Amino acid. This is amino part of amino acid. This is acid part. Carboxylic acid and amine group. These two are present in amino acid. This is single unit. And see here, I will elaborate this one. And see here, we will write one more molecule of amino acid. See here, the amino acid molecules are present. These are single units, monomers of proteins. These are present side by side. And what will happen? OH of carboxylic acid and hydrogen of amine group. Okay, these two are eliminated in the form of water molecule. And as a result, a bond will develop between these two things. Okay, and see here, there is a direct bond between two molecules, carbon and nitrogen, directly bonded with each other. This bond is called peptide linkage. Peptide linkage. Peptide linkage is formed by losing one water molecule. By losing one water molecule when two amino acids they join with each other. And peptide linkage is also called peptide bond. Both are same. Peptide bond, peptide linkage, both are same. Peptide bond. See here, like this, peptide bonds are formed continuously, and as a result, dipeptide, tripeptide, tetrapeptide, polypeptide. Polypeptide is nothing but protein. Polypeptide is nothing but proteins. Please note down this one. What type of linkage is responsible? Peptide linkage is responsible for the formation of proteins. Hope you understood how peptide linkage is formed. One amino acid, another amino acid, they bind with each other by losing water molecule. Okay, please note down this one and revise all these 10 questions. In next class we will discuss a few more important questions for board exam 2020-21, and don't forget to subscribe our channel Mr. Chemistry, and please like it, share with your friends, and until that time, bye.